Welcome to the Vector Garden. In this video, we're going to explore an animation of pointing a finger at something in your web banner. But along the way, we're also going to discover a nice behavior of art brushes and something that is new in artboards that you might also use without creating animation. What we want to do is point this finger and it will travel from here to there. And first of all, I'm going to create an art brush for that. Most of the thing is finished. So this is just a hand pointing at something, and let's see where it is transparent. So I'm going to turn on the transparency grid, and we see down there we could need a white ellipse that I'm going to draw here. So let's turn off the black border and let's just send this to the back, like so. And now this is finished. But what we still need is the arm. So I want to have this a striped pullover or something. And for that, I'm going to draw just another line on top that is dashed. So let's just copy this and paste in front. And I'm going to apply a red stroke, which is dashed like this, and the dashes are precise. I'm going to move those endpoints slightly. So let's move this endpoint slightly here and this one slightly there. And then in order to hide how this behaves in curves, we are going to draw straight lines up here. So just like that. And this is going to be not dashed and also a lot thinner, and let's make this black. And let's see how this behaves when the base stroke is white as well. So like this, and these two lines need to be thicker so that they fit to the rest of this. So like that. Also, I'm going to apply round corners, and then let's make them longer. So it has a nice striped pullover. And let's make this slightly longer. Great. So I'm going to group this, object group or the shortcut, and then let's put this to use. I'm going to the brushes panel, and it's easier to draw the other way around because we want it to go from here to there. So let's just drag this into the brushes panel and make an art brush like so. And it should stretch between guides, with a guide here and another one there. And you might think, what happens to those stripes on the pullover? We're going to check that out in a minute. So now I'm going to draw how I want this to look like in the end. Let's take the brush tool and let's just draw it like this. So it should point there, which is interesting, but it's happening because the stroke still has the dash applied, like that. And you see, this is where that thing should point. And all of these points, I'm going to get rid of them and do this just like this. And here you already see what's happening to those stripes. So you might expect that in an art brush they just get thicker, but as you can see, we're going to get more stripes when this gets longer. So that is happening because I didn't expand those strokes. They are live dashed strokes in the art brush, and then this behaves like that. So let's point this up here where we've got our special offer for the people viewing this ad. So, and now we're going to prepare the animation. And for that, I need to duplicate this artboard. And this should come from off. So the first state will be that finger being outside. So it needs to be longer. And now we need a couple more artboards. And if you just make new artboards in Illustrator, then you get them in a certain distance. But what we can do is now go to the artboard tool. Turn on this option to move copy artwork with artboard. And now we can hold down Alt and Shift and duplicate this. And you see, the art goes with it, and we make the distance. And the nice thing that can happen is now when we do transform again by pressing Command D or Control D on Windows, then you see this gets repeated, which is nice. So it makes this thing so much easier. I think that is sufficient. And now we're going to create these in-betweens by using a blend. So I don't need all of these. I only need the first one, and I'm going to shorten the first one. So it's not happening here, and that here is just outside. And now we're going to zoom out, select this one and that one, and make the blend. So let's make the blend here, like this. And you see, this is already nice, but there are too many in-betweens. So double-click the blend tool and just reduce the number of specified steps until we have one of them on each of those artboards. So one more, like that. So now we have one of them on each of the artboards, and the finger is pointing up. Let's check this out. I'm using GIF Studio for that, but of course you can export them as single images and put them together in Photoshop. Let's just check out GIF Studio and add them all to this and select them all. Let's set up 0.1 and let's view this. And there you see, we get our nice arrow pointing upwards to this offer that we have to make in this ad.